Hello everyone, today I'll be sharing my thoughts on the overusage of ships in Disventure Camp. Before I begin, yes, the main issue is the overwhelming amount of ship dynamics they use for all stars. It feels like there's too much going on and they're trying too hard to please the audience by making most ships canon, or at least hinting at it. These ships often don't mix well or sometimes even derail the characters they're trying to push forward in a romantic light, even flanderizing their characters a bit in the process. So, I will be showing you all my personal issues with most of the characters involved in the ships, and of course, the ships themselves. Yeah, in my opinion, the quote-unquote love square is the biggest offender of too much happening. The writers wanted to push this forward so much that people got tired of it quickly. This obviously all started with James and Aiden in Season 1, being a public couple after the season ended, when James saved Aiden from falling off of a cliff. Then, they're revealed to be in All-Stars, along with Jake and Tom. So what did the writers do? Well, they put both of the gay ships together to make the main plotline of the season. In the first challenge, Tom and Aiden are working well as a team and give each other a high five. Alec, seeing this, taunts Jake about how Tom has replaced him. Jake, still being worried about his relationship with Tom, takes it to heart, thinking that there could possibly be something going on with these two. To top it off, Jake's team loses the challenge, and since him and James are on the same team, he feels the need to talk to James about Tom and Aiden. Jake suggests to James that Aiden and Tom might have something going on without them knowing. James, having common sense, tells him that he should stop talking about his boyfriend, as Jake doesn't know how Aiden is, and takes offense that Jake would even suggest that. This leads into a massive argument in a matter of seconds. It's pretty big, so I'll just let you guys see it for yourselves.
Respectfully, you don't know Aiden. Be careful what you are suggesting.
Whoa, no need to be that hostile.
You are making stuff up about my boyfriend.
I didn't make anything up. Others have noticed too. Are you blind?
Listen, boy toy. Clearly you have trust issues. My boyfriend is not cheating on me.
Are you calling me a liar?
A lie will have to be smart. You are delusional. I'm leaving.
After this, James unfortunately gets eliminated as he wouldn't vote with Hunter and Ellie for Fury, instead voting James because of the argument they had. This is where things really start. From episode 3 to 5, Aiden and Tom continued to get closer, furthering Jake's paranoia even more. However, episode 6 pushed Jake to another limit. In the singing challenge, Ellie suggests they should make a song about love where two couples get together, her and Gabby, and Aiden and Tom. At the end of the song, both of the couples must kiss. Tom is hesitant at first, but Aiden convinces him to do it anyways, as it's only for the challenge and nothing serious. Obviously, this only added more fuel to the fire. Jake, who now is seriously considering the fact they might have feelings for each other, is furious and uses this rage to deliver a performance in his song aimed at Tom. This makes Tom think Jake is still angry at him and took the kiss the wrong way. This is when this entire love square begins to have obvious cracks. Jake catches up to Tom and we get reminded Tom has left Jake on red for 2 years. Yikes. Considering Tom is miles more mature than Jake as he worked as a spy while Jake is pretty worried and gullible, he should have known how to handle the situation better. If you couldn't tell, yes, I am a Jake defender. On top of this, Tom said that he already has a boyfriend, which is a straight-up lie, and 2 episodes later, says to Aiden that he just wanted to be ready to see him again and that he still had these feelings for Jake. Surely 2 years was enough time, right? It was also at that point where people were getting really sick of this storyline and was ready to see it end. This story may not seem that bad, but I haven't mentioned the end of episode 7. This is where this arc started to flanderize characters. This is the moment where Ellie's character lost all meaning to me. In Season 1, she was considered a villain but had understandable motives to not be considered a jerk. But now, that's exactly what she is. She became a subject of bad writing, making it obvious that the writers just wanted us to hate Ellie so we'd be happy about her elimination an episode later. And what was her crappy motive? Jake, Aiden, and Tom, of course. Ellie was one of my favorite characters for a while, so seeing her character lose, well, her own personality, sucked a lot. This marks the moment where the episodes start to get a lot lazier, but I'll save that for another video. Not surprisingly, Ellie gets eliminated next episode, and I would use this opportunity to talk about her and Gabby's relationship, but I genuinely think this is one of the ships that was handled well. It's healthy and serves its purpose, so good job, Disventure camp writers, you did something right. From episode 10 and onwards, the story really starts to drag on, usually reusing the same motives they've had before, and they mainly focus on this instead of other potential storylines, and even though there is a second main story, that isn't even very good. Talking about that second storyline. This one is unfortunately another storyline that got dragged on too hard. It sucks because I really liked this at the start, but then Grett just became an idiot and took Yul's abuse. Even though she had people defending her like Alec and Riya, but most importantly Gabby when they became friends again. Yul only dated Grett for publicity and to have a good public image, but it was painfully obvious it was all a stunt. If the writers didn't make it obvious that Yul didn't like Grett almost immediately, this would have been better. But no, Grett took it for an entire 13 episodes before finally cutting ties with Yul. That's at least 3 or 4 episodes too much. Grett isn't dumb, she knows better than this. However, this did at least make me like Gabby a bit more, but I'll make a video about my opinions of Gabby soon enough. Oh right, before Emily got fired, she was giving advice to Yul, before giving advice to someone else. Let's talk about it. This is kind of the reason I made the video. Trevor and Derek being canon did not need to happen. I'm not interested in this story at all. Maybe if Trevor didn't fold immediately while being asked about it, maybe it would have worked better, but that didn't happen. The corny writing about the reveal doesn't help either. It's like the writers just discovered slang and wanted to go with it. I could make an entire compilation about every time something cringy was said that was trying to be funny. But this is not supposed to be a funny moment. A big reveal like this is supposed to be serious, and it just doesn't seem like it's being taken seriously. With all these relationships happening before this is the biggest example of making a ship canon for the sole reason of pleasing the fans. If they wanted to do a story with the hosts, why do another crammed-in love story instead of something else? Because that's all these storylines are, it's just love and barely ever something else. That's why people like somebody like Alec, because he's focused on strategy almost all of the time. Oh, come on, Alec. I was just praising you. Well, I might sound crazy, but I don't hate this, even though they're cramming in another love story. This one's actually different, and I kind of love it. It's taken way much more seriously and leads to some awkward interactions, and not awkward in the way that it's cringy writing, but awkward because of how much tension there is. The fact they got drunk and that's why they've shown their true feelings is honestly one of the best reveals in the entire show. It sounds like such a random ship on paper, but it works so well. I'm very excited to see where this ship goes. Even though I love Connor and feel bad for him, getting broken up with by Riya and then one of his friends getting with her must feel awful. Some people don't like this, but I'm one of the people who love it. I'm excited to see how Connor handles this as well as other people. Hell, when the kiss got revealed, Connor didn't even seem to care because he's so mature, and he doesn't want to cause a fuss about it. And even though he's bothered by it, him hiding it shows a lot of depth to his character. It seems like Connor is the only character they can't make bad or flanderized. It seems like every character has had a one-dimensional episode and scene here and there, but not Connor. He's objectively one of the best characters, and I'd love to talk about him more in the future. Yeah, I really didn't know how to transition into this. Sorry for the polyamorous jump scare. Before I begin, Tess is practically irrelevant. Hell, the only thing she did in this season is be the blue team's swing vote. I do like Hunter and Allie though, while arguing a lot, it's not necessarily toxic, and I liked the moments they have together. Making these to being the canon ship was the right choice in my opinion. They bounce off of each other a lot and aren't boring together. However, when they're separated, they definitely are. Especially Allie. It feels like the writers don't know what they're doing with her. I hope she gets eliminated soon enough. Personally, Hunter is my favorite of the three. So yeah, I think I've talked about everything I've wanted to talk about. I don't think there's any more ships that are popular enough or hinted at to reference in the video. I hope you guys agree with or respect at least some of my takes. So thank you for watching.